All right, welcome, President Patrick. Here, I'll have you hold the mic. So, NHTI just came away with the victory here. What an outstanding game after being down by like 12 or 15, digging deep and figuring it out in the second half to come back and win the game. The guys played super, super well when they needed to the most to come away with the win over Central Maine. So, for you as a president, what's that like, and how's it different from a player just watching them win?
This is what makes us a great community college, Drew. We have athletics, we have residence halls. The stands were full of our students and our advisory board and alumni. It was loud as heck in there. They never gave up. The fans were with them all the way. The tougher it got, the more our fans got into the game, and I think that helped the boys. And the men, you got to give them heart, man, because they were outplayed for 30 minutes, and all the balls were falling Central Maine's way. They were, we weren't getting the bounces, but they didn't give up. And in the last 10 minutes, they owned that game all the way down to the last second. It was a beautiful, beautiful victory.
Oh, absolutely. They just wore them down at the end, and that's really what mattered the most. So fortunate that went the way they went. They worked super hard all year. You had Coach Harris and the guys just, yeah, so glad to be a part of this group. And for you, what's it like as a president? Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience here with NHTI.
Great, thanks, Drew. Let me first give some props to Central Maine. They played a great game. They had a terrific game plan against the type of play that we do. And they were able to dominate us for that. And then they lost at a heartbreaker at the end, man. Just a couple of points, a couple of seconds, and they showed character. They showed nobility in losing. They were victorious in how they carried themselves. For me as president, this is my end of my first year, so this is my first conference championship, and I love NHTI. I love our students. I love the athletics that we have. I see these guys on campus all the time, see them in the cafeteria, and it's a privilege for me to be able to know these men.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better. So, yeah, so now we have the Nationals coming up pretty soon here. That's going to be in Virginia, which is where you're from, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right down the road from my home.
So, are you going to be going, or are you going to be watching from afar?
I'm not sure yet. I got to take a look at the. We're going to start an aviation program so that I can have a presidential jet. So I'll see what the availability of that is, and then we'll see if I can make it on down there to see Richmond.
Yeah. So, how much did you know about NHTI athletics before coming here?
It's one of the reasons I came here. So somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, Patrick, there's a job opening up in New Hampshire. I think you should look at that college. I think it's a good fit for you. I think your family's going to love New Hampshire. He was absolutely right. And two things really attracted me, the athletics, the residence halls, and the quality of our academic program. And so what that does is we're not a parking lot, classroom parking lot community college. We're a real college with 24/7 activity, and it's vibrant, and that's the type of place that I wanted to serve.
Absolutely. So, what do you want everybody out there to know about NHTI who might be looking at it from the outside, but now that we're all in here on the inside, just like experiencing NHTI and the student life on it in the day-to-day, what do you want them to know about NHTI?
All right, number one is quality. We're just quality all the way around, whether it's our academic programs or our student support, the mix of programs that we have, our residence hall, our student activities. So when you come to NHTI, you're coming into a life, you're coming into a community of love and care. We love all the students, staff, and faculty that are here, and I've worked at many colleges. This is a very, very special place.
Absolutely. Coach Harris has done an outstanding job with recruiting a lot of these guys to come in from, a lot of them are from out of state and just other places where you have like some other schools, they don't have that recruiting. So it's awesome. And something that I talk to the guys about is like they come in here and they have these experiences with these guys who they haven't met before, but they feel at home here, which is a really cool thing, and they really enjoy getting to know each other. When you first came here, were you a little nervous about coming to New Hampshire and everything?
Oh, sure. I spent 30 years in Virginia, so, New Hampshire, very different environment. But again, a friend of mine said it's a great place, and that was my experience when I interviewed, brought my husband up during one of those interviews. He looked around Concord. We just find it to be a really welcoming place. It's a favorite city in our lives now for where we have lived. And I'll tell you, when you're an athlete at NHTI, we've got an athletic director and Coach Harris. It's not just about the ball. it's not just about the points. It's also about who you are as a human being, and they focus on that. They're focused on the right things. So yes, we want you to win the conference championship, absolutely. But you know what we want more? We want you to get a credential and get a job.
Yeah, I think that's a great message. I mean, something that I've heard consistently from a lot of the coaches I've had on here the past day is like they're trying to develop young men
That's
just
what they
as
do.
much, and probably a little bit more of developing that character more so than winning games. But they're trying to do both, and I think we've done both really nicely here this winter and this weekend as well. So
I agree. We had a tough loss at the end of last year, and some of that was just about our team and just about who we are and how we play. And the coaches worked really hard on that. Our men worked really hard on that. They can hold their heads high. They're good men.
any additional thoughts you want to? Any additional thoughts you want anybody out there to know?
Yeah. Go Lynx.
All right, thank you, President Patrick. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Drew.